Alright. Welcome back, guys. It has been a long time since we've done a build video, and I know this is kind of not the best time to release one, only because the patch notes just came out. But I might as well do it just because I think DK is probably going to be my main class for a while. Only because it's literally it's overperforming everything, or at least all the other classes in my opinion, so I think it's appropriate to say that, you know, we should probably just start playing with fire and using fire against fire, because the Crow got absolutely decimated in next patch. If it goes live, I don't really see a point of playing Necromancer anymore unless you're doing like strictly PvE. Maybe there might be like some hope for healing as a Necro, but they literally demolished the graveyard and they just slaughtered Harmony, so I'm not going to get it too much into it, but I put together just a quick build for my Mage DK here, and it's pretty fun. You know, it's not optimal, it's definitely not meta, but I've been having a lot of fun with it, and in the last video you saw, we did just a Battlegrounds, and it did 11 kills, 1 death, and the death I probably could have avoided if I was a little bit better with my footwork, but it's okay. Everybody dies, you're gonna die in this game, and you know, if you're not having fun, then quit playing it. So let's just jump right into it. These are our unbuffed stats, and this is on the back bar, I believe. Are we on the back bar? Yeah, back bar here. Not too bad. Stam and mag recovery are looking pretty good, even unbuffed. Spell damage is around, I think it's fully buffed. I think it's like 4,500 on the back bar, so pretty good heals. Even in Battlegrounds, I had like a 15k coag, so that was pretty sweet to see. That, I mean, crit, of course, but further getting into healing, like it's optimal. You can survive pretty good even with not the best spell damage. Max stats look okay. Crit resist could be better, but we're not running Rallying Cry. I'm sorry. Looking at the front bar stats here, just a little over 4k spell damage. Unbuffed, we get like around 5,500 in Cyrodiil with, you know, continuous attack and stuff, but in just normal play in Battlegrounds, that you're sitting around like 4,300, 4,500. Let's do fully buffed up here real quick. So 5,000 spell damage. Those are our recovs. Penetration will go up if you have elemental drain on someone, and then back bar resistances are looking pretty good. I took off. I switched around with some of the gear. I went more medium instead of heavy, so we were sitting over cap. I think we were at 35,000 spell resistance. Totally not needed. The DK is more than capable of surviving, but play how you feel and just do what works for you. 44 into magic, and then 20 into health. With one more piece of heavy, this build sees over 30,000 max health, but I switched to medium just for a little bit more damage output, so that's why we're sitting at 28,000. Jumping into the gear, mechanical acuity. I have tested this, and I've spoken with a lot of players, and it's 50-50. I've gotten literally 50-50 on what people think of this set. And instead of just going with what people say, I just go out there and I test it. And I feel mechanical acuity for the DK is very solid, even with its changes that it went through. So you're dealing with max stam, max magic, spell damage, and then your 5th piece bonus is going to give you 4 seconds, granting you a stack of mechanical acuity, 20% critical strike per stack. So once every second, stacking up to 5 times. Basically what this saying is 100% critical strike chance. Okay? Now, I don't know if that's taking in Dot damage, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it does. So the uptime on this is... that 5 seconds is just crazy burst damage, and it melts people. And if you can time it with like a leap, or if you're doing this while you're in your corrosive, it's disgusting. And there's, I mean, you've seen in the previous video that I posted, like there are people's health bars just, it's almost like it's lagging. It just goes from full to nothing. And then, like, you know, when their bodies kind of just like trail on the ground for a second because the game thinks that they're still moving when they died. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun to play, but DKs are just so strong. So strong. So I was like, let's do mechanical acuity and see what happens. And it works. It honestly just works. You know, some people don't like using this set, but I do. It's a lot of fun. You can get that 5 seconds of 100% crit damage. And that's why we're running an axe. You can do two-hand battle axe if you want for more crit damage. I like using dual wield just because of the twin blade and blunt passive. It's a little bit more dual wielding anyways, but everybody knows that. I have Nirnhone and then a sharpened sword. I would have done 2 axes, but I'm just trying stuff out, see what works better. And this is working fine. In the video I was using a staff, an Inferno staff, but I've been playing this off stream and it works just as well, if not better. Fatish for an ice staff back bar. This is a lot of fun too. So this used to be a lot stronger back in the day. I don't even remember when this released. I think sometime like around the beginning of COVID, but this used to do a lot more damage, but on the DK it just makes sense because you're using all the elementals dot damage, and then the DK being basically the dot king. This shit just stacks really well with your dots that you're outputting, and then of course it's increasing 1% each second up to 20%. So you do the math, it's like around 2100 per element per tick, so it hits hard. And it's an ice staff defending on the back bar, so it's increasing our defenses even more just by blocking with an ice staff. Trash poisons, you can put whatever you want here. I leave this open so I can get the spell damage proc from that. Half of mechanical acuity. We're not running a monster set because we are running a mythic. Our second set, Daedric Trickery. Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, oh, it's so old, it's not even good anymore. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't really have anything else to throw on this. I was kind of in a pinch with just putting together something so that I could play off stream before I had to do a few things, and I kind of stuck with this and it just works. So the DK does what? It puts out a ton of dot damage, right? It puts out a ton of burst too. So you have damage, burst, and then on top of all of that, it's flame damage. What's everybody in ESO these days? A vampire. So you have damage covered. Damage is just, you don't need to do anything more with it. So I thought, why not just take all the other things that we have in our toolkit and just enhance them a little bit. So the perfect set that I had just lying around was, of course, Daedric Trickery. So health, stam, mad, everybody could use that. And then the buffs that it gives you are just basically things that you need to survive. So expedition, we don't really have mobility on this, that works. Protection, who doesn't want more protection, right? Mending, it gives me bar space, I don't have to use igneous shield. Heroism, and we're being a Nord on top of that, so our ultimate regeneration is just really high. And then vitality, if you're playing with groups, or just, you know, a 4-man group or what have you, you're just going to have more healing. So, and the uptime on this is crazy. Look at, are people reading this? 21 seconds every 9 seconds. Each buffs are eligible. So you can have multiple buffs going at the same time for like a short window. It's too good to pass up. I think Daedric Trickery has always done well on the DK, so I stuck with it. Magma Incarnate, that's just our one-piece monster set here. And then I went with a 3-2-2, so we have 2 heavy, 2 light, and 3 medium. I put medium on the legs, medium on the waist, and medium on the hat. Heavy chest, this should be reinforced. I just haven't gotten around to transmutating it. Couple of sturdies, couple of impens, and then no, I thought I had some divines in here, but I guess not. So all, actually that makes sense. I would do all impen just because we're not doing rallying cry. So mechanical acuity necklace, ring, both spell damage. That should be spell damage. If you are okay with recovery, I do fine. I would do another spell damage here, but you know, if you're having some sustain issues, by all means, putting higher recovery and being able to live will make the other opponent run out of resources, then giving you the upper hand to kill them. So there's two ways of the coin that you can, you know, flip here. Mark and Ring of Majesty, you know, basically go-to mythic for PvP. Slap this on and then just go to town. It's giving you armor and spell damage, weapon and spell damage. So there you have it. Pretty simple build. The gear is very easily obtainable. This is a craftable set. I think it's 6 traits. The power is pretty crazy, you know, being out of DK, which is already kind of broken in my opinion. This just works. Looking at our skills, front bar. Now, I'm not going to go through all the passives, but, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of stam and magic because of the 1 DK passive in particular. I think it is, yeah, this one. Increases the damage of your flame and poison attacks by 5%, and then this one, combustion. So burning an enemy, you restore 1,000, and poisoning an enemy, you restore 1,000. So you're always going to be burning people, and then this is an instant poison, so there's your second sustain right there. Flames of Oblivion, you know, this is giving our major savagery. It's also giving a little flame damage on the side too. So keep this up as much as possible. 15 seconds seems like enough time, but there's so many times where I go without casting this skill and it could have saved my ass. So remember your buff timers. It's pretty important. Engulfing Flames, bread and butter. This is going to hit people really hard, and it's going to stack some flame damage on top of the bonus. And also applying more damage to your Molten Whip. Venomous Claw, this is just, you could do the other morph, but this works with our sustain, and I like having a little bit of each of everything with the hybridization that they've forced onto us. Molten Whip, this thing hits really hard when you have it all stacked up. The 3 stacks gives you, I think this tooltip, even in Battlegrounds, is like 11,000. It's pretty crazy. And it doesn't really cost anything since it's splitting between both mag and stam. Fossilize, this thing. I fucking hate getting fossilized. I hate that so much because once you think you're good, you break free and you're still just stuck and you're just bashing the air and you can't move because you don't have any stam. It's nice because you can just get behind enemies, flank them, and just hit them pretty hard. So it's a very well developed CC. Leap, why not? Everybody knows what Leap does. It's also the oh fuck ultimate because it's going to heal you with the Battle Roar passive, giving you a bunch of resource sustain back. Volatile Armor. I went with the other one for a while too, but I kind of learned that this one, in a sense, is protecting you more because even though you're losing the damage shield to output damage, you're doing so much dot damage that applying this not only does damage to them over time, because when they attack you, they get the flame damage applied to them, but you're releasing another like almost 10k dot over 20 seconds. So you just have all this shit ticking, and then you're applying your elemental drain with the Vatashrin. It's just all ticking, and people like try to run away from you and heal, and then you see them run off in the distance and they die, and then you still get a kill even when you're dead. Like if somebody ganked you or like whatever happens, whatever situation, and you end up dying, You just see the damage ticker in the top of your battleground queue or your screen. And it's just, it keeps going up. That's why you keep seeing DKs finishing battlegrounds with like 1.5 million, 2 million, 2.5 million damage, because this shit is just always happening all the time. And if they're not running Mars Bomb, it stays on them forever. It's crazy. Coags, I was telling you guys about how strong this is. Even in Battlegrounds, no CP. I was hitting 15k Coags. Cinderstorm, this is kind of a flex spot. I was running Vigor, and the extra resistances were nice because you get the minor resolve, but the cost for this and the utility that it provides is actually a little bit better, because we don't have that much movement speed, and having this on the ground snares them, but standing in it also heals you really well too. So yeah, Vigor will do like a nice little burst hot, if that's even a thing. It's technically what I think it is. This serves more of a purpose to you because it's going to heal you, but it's also going to slow enemies down too. So like if you're throwing it in like the corridor with the forget what it's called, the big circle BGs with the spikes that you can release in the, not the spikes, the blades that spin in the middle, that particular map. I like to throw this in there, and it slows people down too, like especially if they're chasing you, or just utility. I'm all about using your tools, because it's, you know, if you're not casting certain things and it's just sitting on your bar being a waste, then why is it there? Igneous weapons, you know, this is our source of major brutality, major sorcery. It's, I don't know how I feel about this skill, to be honest. I almost feel like Mage's Guild, what is it, Degen? Yeah, Degen would probably be better. The only thing that this thing has going for it is the fact that it lasts like over a minute. What is it, 70.8 seconds? It's crazy. So you don't really have to cast it that often, but I mean, I guess the passives in your skill tree kind of help with it too. I just wish the skill did more. I guess I'm being greedy talking about it. And then finally, Elemental Susceptibility. It's for the Vatashrin. It's a free skill. It's going to apply a major breach and then do damage on top of it. Corrosive Armor, this is your oh fuck button, or it could be your main ultimate, because I said that your Ferocious Leap is kind of like your oh fuck, but both of these ultimates, matter of fact, all of the DK's ultimates are just super strong. So this is for the front bar, you know, it's quick, it's easy, you get back in, and then this is like, if you're going to take on like 2 or more people, and they kind of just all die, so. If you do take this into the CP, this is what I'm running. Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Wrathful Strikes, Untamed Aggression, Boundless Vitality, more Armor, Pain's Refuge, Celerity, and then Green Tree. It doesn't really matter, but if you want to see what I'm running, Treasure Hunter. Yep. Liquid Efficiency, it's all good stuff. That's the build, guys. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. I think it's a lot of fun. It's something different. It's definitely probably not my build, but if somebody thinks that I stole it from someone, you know, let me know, because I just found what I had in my bank and put it together, and it works. I feel like anything works on DK because that's how broken it is. But do a quick parse here just to show you what it's capable of. $25K, not bad. 13 seconds. I'm sure there's a lot of things that could be a lot stronger, but I like this because it's giving you just a little bit of everything. The DK is strong enough, probably without any gear, so let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Keep ESO alive, because this is what I like to do. Alright, I'll see you later.